The drivers of this expansion will be underpinned by robust consumption as well as continued recovery in tourism. Now, this is just one side of the story. We will also see some pickup in external demand, which will materialize from the middle of 2024, with merchandise exports expected to pick up strongly in some economies in the subregion.
Welcome to ADB's Asian Development Outlook, where we explore the economic prospects for developing Asia and the Pacific. Today, we're joined by ADB's principal economist, John Byrne, to share their forecast for Southeast Asia. Thank you, John, for joining us. Can you share your insights into ADB's economic outlook for Southeast Asia?
For Southeast Asia, we expect growth to expand in 2024 at 4.6%. This will rise further to 4.7% in 2025. This compares to 4.1% in 2023. So expansion projected over the next couple of years. And the drivers of this expansion will be underpinned by robust consumption as well as continued recovery in tourism. Now, this is just one side of the story. We will also see some pickup in external demand, which will materialize from the middle of 2024, with merchandise exports expected to pick up strongly in some economies in the subregion. This will help growth on the external side, of course, augmenting what we will see coming from the domestic side.
Can you share ADB's inflation forecast for Southeast Asia?
For Southeast Asia, we expect inflation to continue to moderate. We expect inflation at 3.2% in 2024 and 3% in 2025. I think economies in the region have been effective in terms of what they have implemented on monetary policy in 2022 and 2023, and this has helped to reduce inflation that we're seeing at the moment, given the lags involved in monetary policy.
What do you see as the key risk ahead?
So economies in Southeast Asia remain highly vulnerable to weather-related events and the effects of climate change. This can have negative repercussions on both the growth and inflation outlook. For example, these types of weather-related shocks can affect agricultural yield, can affect crop production, can, as a result of that, affect food security and also lead to inflationary effects, which need to be managed by policymakers.
What type of policies could help mitigate these risks?
Fiscal policy can be an important mechanism for helping to deal with some of these risks. That said, fiscal policy is constrained in the post-pandemic period, so it would be necessary to stimulate flows of private investment to augment the power of fiscal policy to address some of these risks. This, of course, is a medium-term or even a longer-term solution. In the shorter term, economies should strive to build up fiscal space to enable them to address the risks in the shorter term.
Thank you, John, for joining us. For more data and analysis, head on over to adb.org/outlook.